Hi there, I'm Patrice Bryant. Welcome to While We Wait. I'm so glad you're here. Welcome, Facebook, welcome, YouTube, and welcome to my podcast listeners. Listen, like and share. You want to share this information with someone else. Today, we will be recapping from last week as we discussed Let's Talk Money. And we were graced with the presence of Dr. Nathaniel Dunlap Jr., who will be our guest again on Thursday, March 10th. Today, we also want to recap on the workshop presented by Michelle L. Perry, my co host, and she is the founder of Successful Diligence. The workshop was understanding the mindset of successful uh, finances. It was fire. Let me tell you that it was totally thorough, and I have been getting a lot of wonderful feedback about that. So listen, we're going to talk a little more in a little bit. Don't you go anywhere. Stay right there. Sit tight. Hang out with us today on While We Wait. Be right back.
I stay wise. I live in I stay strong. I stay wise. I live in my life. I stay strong. I stay wise. I live in my life. While we wait.
Welcome. Hello. It's a wonderful day to be alive. Listen, February is the month of love, so they say. However, again, as I said last week, I hope you are learning to love every day. Our theme for this month is on relationships, all different types of relationships. So last week we talked about your relationship with your money. And this week we're going to recap on it. We're going to sit right there for a short space of time. Next week, I want to invite you back for next week. Next week, we'll have my girl, Francisca Peneke. She is from Germany, and we're going to talk about investing in you. What is your relationship with yourself? You matter. So you want to check us out next week, next Thursday at 4:30 p.m. Let me get my co-host out here. Hi, Michelle.
Hello, while we wait. This is my favorite place to be on a Thursday at 4:30 every week, Eastern Standard Time. That was. I'm so happy to be here.
I am so glad you are here. Hello, everyone. I'm so excited. I'm on fire. Let me tell you, collaboration is everything to be connected with the right people. And I must tell you that Michelle is an absolutely amazing connect, though we've known each other for years and then we reconnected, not even knowing that we would be on this journey. So this is so wonderful. I want to talk today a little about being rich and versus being wealthy. And you do have to have a certain mindset towards your money. There's just so much to this. There's so many. You really do need to study out the mindset of being wealthy. It's totally different. Totally different. Greetings, everyone. Come on in. Please like and share. If you're enjoying the content of While We Wait, please share the information with someone else, even if you send it in their messenger, but get it out to them. If you're on YouTube, copy that link and send it to them because today is going to be another wonderful conversation. And you can come into this conversation, whether you're on Facebook or YouTube. I can see your comments and we can bring you into this conversation. But
And if you're on the podcast, share the podcast link or what platform you're listening to the show on. And, the content is rich and
Yes,
wonderful, even on the hashtag replay. So make sure you share with your friends.
Thank you for that. That's wonderful. Let's go back before we move forward. I just want to go back to first, now let me pause here for a moment. That the workshop, and the interesting thing is because I already had my one-on-one with Michelle, but I sat in the workshop as we're collaborating and I'm working to promote. I am now deeming myself the door opener because I have been somehow gifted to open doors and to fill up a room. So, or a platform, I guess I should say. So, Michelle, I have gotten such wonderful feedback from the workshop on last Monday, which was February 7th. And it was absolutely amazing. I sat and I was kind of looking at people's faces as they embraced it. And for those that were not able to attend on February 7th, the Zoom recording is still available to you. If you'd like to register, it is $25. I want you to know that that is a steal, because the information that Michelle provided is worth so much, so much, so much more. And we just happen to luck out with this information. There will be a masterclass, because I'm setting. Listen, I'm turning into Michelle's promotion promoting
I'm
agent.
gonna have to hire you into my business because you're like marketing guru. So I'm gonna put you on
Listen,
salary.
listen, when I find something that is good and it works, and that's the part. I had one session with Michelle. I am seeing the results, and I'm results driven. So I want you to know there's a better life to live, and a better understanding to get with this whole wealth mindset. So I'm super excited about that. So again, let me find the information.
I do want to say that the workshop was foundational because as you study out being wealthy and abundance, there are levels, dimensions. And so I likened it to building a house because we're building a house. That's the metaphor I'm using, but brick by brick. And so this was the foundation. And it's so interesting because the foundation to my new house was poured this week. So I was like, that's so funny.
Yes.
So we poured the foundation in this first workshop for access to financial abundance, financial success, because there's certain things that have to be in place. I don't care if you are Warren Buffett or if you are the person on the street getting your life together. There's certain things that have to be in place for financial access and abundance. And we talked about that and how to access that from wherever you are in your financial journey. So it was really a blessing. For me, it blessed my heart because the people who attended, I could tell were very
Yes.
engaged. I've been getting the surveys and the
Oh,
feedback.
good.
Yeah, I'm so grateful for that because that helps me serve better also, because I like to be very strategic and personalized as well. Because if I can meet you where you are and give you what you need and equip your backpack for you to go off hiking up your financial journey, mountain, then that's what I want to do so I can celebrate successes with you. So I appreciate the feedback. It's such an honor to serve, and it really is important, especially in this economy, to
Come
be
on.
aware of the laws, the strategies, the information that people don't really talk about or teach us, especially our community. So it's so important to tap in. And like you said, Brian, collaboration and networking in this season is key.
It is. It is. And you don't have to suffer in some areas. The thing is to lower our pride and to make that connection. And if you don't know, you don't know. It's okay not to know. It's not okay to stay in the ignorance of whatever that is. So I'm very appreciative of Michelle. Yeah.
We all start off not knowing. Just to give you the secret, everyone starts off not knowing, and that's a choice to stay in ignorance or to gain
A
wisdom. So
choice. A choice. It is a
exactly.
choice. So again, I just want to say thank you everyone for being on. Richard, thank you. Cynthia, glad to see you. Hey Carla, Fadette, so glad that you're here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So glad you're here. I don't take it for granted. And I have to tell you, Michelle, I am so encouraged. Encouragement will always come and just kind of be a wind up underneath you. There's a 16-year-old who told my daughter, I follow your mom. She was like, my mom? And she was like, yes, on her business page. She was like, she is like the bomb. I was like, what?
All right now.
So I am so happy to hear that. That's, and Whitney began to tell me just a little bit about her. So I'm glad, Michelle, that we are here to drop some wisdom. And so she would be Gen Z. So I'm really
Wow.
happy. I'm really, really
Legacy
happy.
building, legacy
Yes,
building. I don't have
absolutely.
children, so I pour out to everyone I can because my dogs could care less. So legacy building does not have to just be your genetic, line.
That's right.
So
That's right.
I
That's
love
right.
that. I love that because your impact is global. So let's reach everyone we can who wants it, and those who don't want it, that's cool too.
You know what? It is for those that want it. And I'm actually going to, I sent a message to her to share the information with her friends. And I also told Whitney that I wanted to interview her because I'm really interested in knowing what is it that Gen Zs might want to hear about. And, I am a seasoned woman, and if I don't know, I can find the experts. That's pretty much what I'm doing. I don't know it all, and I'm still learning. And it's absolutely magnificent.
Do you
And
know what it's
I
called? I learned what it's
tell
called, what
me.
you are. You are a knowledge broker. So you may not
Oh
own the
my
knowledge, like you may not
god!
have it, but you're a
Oh
knowledge
shoot!
broker. And what that means is that you find the resources, the knowledge, and then you're a broker and connecting. So it's sort of like a connector. If you
I
think about it like
like
a
that.
mortgage broker, they find the best rates, the best interest rates, the best information, and that's
That's
what you
true.
do. And then you disseminate that to your audience for the better. And so I
A
love that.
knowledge broker. Wait a minute, I'm gonna have to work with that. Listen, I went from transformation artist to the door opener to knowledge broker. I had to figure out how to incorporate all of these things, but I am super super excited that there are more than just my generation on, and I'm grateful that everyone's on. But it was just really interesting to know, like, oh wow, and she has some real adult duties. So
Mm.
I'm just grateful that. Love you, Richard, Matthew, Albert. I'm just so glad that what we're doing is really assisting someone. So I'm really
Yeah.
excited about that. And I'm
It can
actually
change the
going to,
trajectory of her life too, you know? If she's has responsibilities, she'll know
she
how to leverage
does.
her life at a younger age, you know?
Absolutely. So I'm actually going to follow back and make certain that I get in touch with her because I really want to find out. And it may be something that we can assist her with. So that was so encouraging. That was so
Yeah.
encouraging. I want to jump to Dr. Nathaniel Dunlap,
Woo!
who is an absolute jewel. I was so glad that he showed up last week. He did an appearance. He stayed longer than I thought he would. Guys just thought he was going to just come and grace us and then jump back off, but that's okay. And he will be back on March the 10th. So I'm super excited about that. Um, he
He's
was so
phenomenal. He
gracious.
is
He is.
phenomenal in
He
terms
is.
of his passion of love for the community. He will go above
Yes.
and beyond. He has done so much and he's very humble. Like if you research him, you'll understand really the depth of quality of man that he is and what he's actually done. And he'll sit there and give and give and give. And what he offers through his PRF Institute is just phenomenal. He offers the assessments for free that I know Bryant will link up with you, and you can put that you heard about it on While We Wait. And then he also does consultations and he meets you where you are. So, whatever situation you're in, if you want to better your life economically, the PRF
Yes.
Institute can help you.
Absolutely. And I actually have his name and PRF Institute. You can just put up prfinstitute.com.
Mm-hmm.
And
Or I think it's .org.
here you go. Here we go. There you go.
Yep, .org, yeah.
Dunlap. This is, you can get straight to PR Dunlap at prfinstitute.org, and you can check him out. Go on that website. And then, as Michelle was talking about, there are assessments that you can take, and you'll see the services that he's offering.
And just
And
mention
if
that you
you're,
heard about it on While We Wait, because there's
there you go.
discounts and good goodies that he does specific for While We Wait community. So
Absolutely. And he doesn't turn people away. So, and for us, especially the part about the having the will,
mm.
it's important for everyone. You know what? It's important for everyone. And let me tell you why. Just interesting story. And pray for my family. These are my younger cousins. So my first cousin's children, which would be like my children's age. One cousin just found out that she has bone cancer,
Oh my
and she
gosh.
found that out. She found that out on Monday, and then on yesterday, her oldest sister transitioned. So just kind of freaks you out, and so it's not about an age thing. Again, and I'm not saying this to get sympathy, and I'm saying it because it's real life. It's very real, and it doesn't matter the age. And even like Dr. Dunlap said, you may feel like you don't have anything, but after he spoke with one woman, he saw that she had quite a few assets. So you want to get that living will done. God forbid anything should happen. And it is, Richard. He said life is delicate. It absolutely is. It's so precious.
And not
And
promised.
yeah, so I mean, we really do need to take care of our business. And here's an opportunity for you to talk to someone who is trustworthy, someone easy to talk to, and just find out what's available to you. I would say to you, and I understand you can be afraid. Um, some people really are afraid of the whole death thing, which is actually a part of life that we don't necessarily care for.
But listen, my mother was she didn't deal with death very well at all. She lost her mom at a very young age, and so when she died, she had no will, no living, no paperwork at all. And so the best gift you can give your loved ones is to have something on
Yeah.
paper so that those who are left behind to deal with all of the things will at least know what you wanted, and it'll help guide the people that you love when you're not here. It's really a gift that you give to your family members and those left behind for you. It's so important, and it really doesn't take that long to set up. And once you set it up, there's peace of mind, and you can rest knowing that things will be taken care of correctly.
And the way that you would like them to be,
Exactly. Yeah.
your desire. And it takes a load off of the family who has already their emotions involved with it. So yeah, it'll be a it'll be a blessing to everybody. You get what you desire, and the person that still remains will have some relief because they don't have to make all of the decisions. And sometimes those decisions are very challenging.
They are heart wrenching
So
sometimes.
yeah, so check out, go to Dunlap at prfinstitute.org, fill out the assessments, and just have a
And that's the email
conversation.
address. That's the email address. If you go to prfinstitute.org, then the assessments will be there. But Dunlap at PRF Institute is his direct email. So if you
All
direct
right.
email to him, mention while we wait, and then he can direct you to the best, place on the website. But if you just want to
Okay.
check it out, you can also just go to prfinstitute.org. So
Good,
either one.
good, good, good. Absolutely. Get there and check it out. It's just a conversation to find out. Well, I wanted to revisit, Michelle. I want to revisit the whole relationship with your finances because, and I'm revisiting it because we had a conversation, and this is a faith based segment. It can't help but be because I am. So what I
Me
am, it
too.
is.
Me
Yes, you are. We are, and what we are, it is. Let me fix that. Fix it. Fix it. So I
too.
wanted to go back. So love Dr. Dunlap. No disrespect. And he was talking about having a relationship with God. Absolutely the best thing you can do. And I believe the point that I was working to make of how a lot of people grew up like my age and older is that you just have like this coin phrase, Jesus will fix it. um and then you and then nothing's ever fixed because you haven't done anything. But then the Bible also says faith without works is dead, and then it also says out of all of your getting, get an understanding. So I
Yes.
wanted to come back to that because this is what we are working with this whole having a relationship with your finances. You have to have an understanding of how it flows, how to work it, and then also understanding what is real and what is fake. There's a lot of fake money, reality shows. Fake money is you may be a high baller, working to impress someone, but you don't have an you don't have enough to take care of your day to day, or you're living from paycheck to paycheck. And then I was talking to Michelle before we came out. I just looked at MC Hammer, who had millions. So that's not, he didn't have, and I know there was somebody else involved, an accountant or whatever, but you can have all of that money and still not have a wealthy mindset. And that's so important. Our former president, Donald Trump, filed bankruptcy at least 4 times. And it probably didn't concern him because he knew how to
Well, he was
get
using
back
the
on.
system. He was using the system to protect his money and not pay taxes. So he was actually playing the game to
It's the
protect
game.
money and assets,
Well,
which
that's not our intent. That is
no, but
not our intent.
the integrity of it's going to come back to him, right? Because how you play the game, whether it's with integrity or with
Mhm.
deception, it matters. And especially
Right.
coming from a Christian worldview, it matters how you function. And the
Mhm.
Bible says that the beginning of knowledge is the fear of the Lord, right? But key
True.
on that word, beginning. It doesn't mean that knowledge ends, right? That is
Correct.
where God then, through the Holy Spirit, will direct you and connect you with the information of what you specifically need to guide you in your situation. And we should not stay ignorant
Mm-mm.
to the functioning of how resources work. Money is mentioned in the Bible throughout the Bible. God was concerned about money. Jesus needed money for his ministry. So understanding how it works, it behooves you, because guess what? Then you can serve with a greater capacity because you're not worried about what you have to eat, what you have to pay, all the things that require money, right?
I just so let me put a pen right there, just because you said it. With Jesus, a lot of us, I don't know where we got it from. We had to hear it, or even the picture that was painted for us. Jesus was not broke,
Mm,
and one of the things that also it amazes me is when they went into the upper room. It was explained to me that that was like a grand ballroom of a hotel. So someone had to have finances. And what were they there, like 120 days? Was it?
yeah.
They were there, so somebody was paying. They
Well,
didn't
and
have those.
he told them to go get the money out the fish's mouth. He knew where the
He
money
did
was.
that. The pay, yeah.
You know.
Was that for the taxes?
Yep, he knew where the money was.
Yeah. So this is that was definitely a misconception that Jesus was broke because he was born in the manger. I think we would have to go back and revisit that story, but no, broke is not it.
Well, and
um,
broke doesn't mean, so you can have no money and not be broke. Broke is a
True.
mindset. It's a
Come.
worldview.
Thank
Um,
you.
yeah, it's your perception and the glasses, the lenses you put on towards things matters as well. Because even when I was in debt and wasn't able to pay bills on time, I still
Mhm.
wasn't broke because I
Never
had
broke.
creative ideas on how to get more money, right? And then to what to do with that money to then get out of debt and utilize it in a way that leverages your life for the good. And so I would encourage people not to use the language broke when
Language.
it
Come
isn't a
on.
sentence with yourself.
True. And but that's why I brought up Trump, and I know his intent may have been ill, but the thing is he had the knowledge
Hmm.
to rebuild, even if it wasn't. There are some wealthy people who are not concerned about losing it all because
Correct.
they know how to rebuild. That was the point of that. And then also what's so important is
Excellent point, by the way.
Mhm.
Excellent point. Because if you take everything away from someone who can rebuild back and more,
Yeah,
that right there is power.
true.
That's empowerment.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Also, having buying power is very
Mm.
important. Um, it's
Especially in
super,
this economy.
super important. And my being intrigued right now and really dealing with this is I'm looking at I'm reading while I'm talking. Fidesz, so while you're talking, Fidesz said, "Come on, see, go ahead, Michelle." His intent was wrong, but good strategy. Yes, in regards to Donald Trump, absolutely, absolutely. Um, she done made me forget what I was talking about now. But anyway, having buying power, um, just there's so much to learn, and I'm also intrigued by how people are living and still thriving during this time right here.
Can I tell you something?
Yes, you
It
can.
amazes me. Can I tell y'all something? I'm gonna go Texan. I'm gonna go to the Texas. It amazes me how, and I just posted this in the group that we're in with my mentor. It amazes me how when you know more, you're able to. So I got a raise for my full-time job because my integrity at work led to an increase, because when your behavior is implemented in integrity and positive effort and intention, the
Mhm.
money is attracted to you and you will get raises at work. You will get opportunities. So I was working my full-time job and getting that. I also gave myself a raise through my credit limit increases and like you said, the buying power, because I wanted to increase my safety net because the economy is doing what it's doing, right? And so
Right.
there's strategies you can implement, but knowing even that information, right? I didn't know that information a year and a half ago to do that,
Mm.
right? So learning
Right.
that and being connected with people who can introduce you to concepts like that is so important. And also, the rabbit hole goes deep, and we're not going to go here, but just investing. having the buying power to invest when markets are low, so that when they rise again, because what goes down must come up, what comes up
Sure.
must go down. So if you can buy in at the dip and reap the rewards when it goes up again, if you're a long-term investor and have vision, it's incredibly powerful in terms of legacy
Absolutely.
building.
We got it. Absolutely, Michelle. I concur. Rick put it's kind of a long post, and I read through it. So I'm going to put it in my words because I know Richard. So Richard gave away everything. I'm not going to go. This is one of the smartest men I know, and he has a really good take with dealing with money. And so, yeah, I'll read a little bit of it. He said, money is only relevant to the things that pay our bills. What makes us whole is how we start from the inside and become the people that we need to be as a power of example to ourselves and to others. It's then when we become rich and we can give back freely. There is something about being generous. There is something very powerful about being generous and being a giver.
And it's not about idolizing money, because money is simply access. It's simply leverage. Think about money as like favor, where it can
Leverage.
open rooms and doors that you wouldn't be able to access. So there's people out there who charge $25,000 for an hour of their time. But that hour of time of
Come on.
conversation can change your life, right? But if I don't have
Absolutely.
$25,000 to invest, then how am I going to get in the room with them? You know what I'm saying? And so it's really not about the money per se. It's more about
Hmm.
what the money can do and how you choose to utilize it. Now, if you waste it and put it on, things that don't matter or things that are depreciating, well, then you're telling money to repel from you because you're
Yes.
not utilizing it in a way that money wants to be used.
That's the relationship that I was looking for.
Exactly.
That's relationship. What are you saying to your money? What are you, even your body language or how you feel about it? All of that matters. And with your relationship, it's not that you're idolizing money, like you were saying, but that relationship and how you talk about it is so very important.
Because money likes
Um,
me now. It didn't always like me because I didn't always entreat it, right?
this is what talk.
There is a
Yes.
spirit, there's an energy. So okay, I'm going to use the word energy and spirit interchangeably, right? Because
Yep. Yep.
energy doesn't have a beginning or an end. Spirit is,
Hmm.
is always, right? Because we come from God, and God is spirit, and it is, was, and will ever be. So
Hmm.
with energy, with the spirit, you have to direct where that is going to go in your life and how it's going to flow in your life. And especially with money, you have to tell it where to go. And if you're
Yeah.
always putting it to things that don't matter, if you're not respecting it,
Come
if
on.
you are wasting it, if you
Yes.
are putting it in that deep black hole that it goes nowhere, I don't care if you save $1 a month. At the end of the year, you'll have $12 saved.
Right.
If you
Right.
save, you know what I'm saying? And that shows money. Oh, this is what you want me to do. You want me to grow. You want me to invest. You want me to become more abundant in your life. Well, okay, let's then open up opportunities for money to flow in different ways. And it will come from the strangest places, right? But you have to have that stance, that spiritual stance, that energetic stance of, I'm open to more money coming into my life, and then becoming responsible, responding with ability to manage and handle that which is given to you, because where much is given, much is required.
Hmm.
There's a stewardship aspect to it. And so,
Stewardship.
yes, and stewardship is important, because even with a human relationship, if you're dating someone and you don't treat them well and you don't pay attention to them, so if you never check your bank accounts, if you never check your credit scores, if you never check things, well, you're ignoring it. So it's like, oh, I don't
Hmm.
matter to you then. Same with a person. It's there is a relationship, it's reciprocal,
Thank
and you have
you.
to invest in it and put intention and energy into your relationship with money, just like you invest in relationships with people.
Absolutely. I totally could. That's what I was looking for. That all of that right there. That's what I was looking for. And money does either like you or it doesn't, or it will stay. And that's why I said, does money love you and leave you? Because if you take Something very small. If you take a $100, right, give Michelle an offering. Absolutely. I'm gonna get her some more people so they can give her one.
Listen, the offering is sign up for the replay of the workshop if you didn't attend, and that's the offering because you're investing in you, and that makes me happy.
Absolutely. If you take a $100 bill and just put it somewhere, it's gonna attract more. There's just I don't know. There's
If you put it
a
into
law
a
of
high yield
attraction.
savings account, now if you put it in the bank, it's
That
losing
too.
because inflation right now, and again, you have to educate yourself about the market and the economy about where things are
Hmm.
going. If you
Hmm.
put your money and park it in a bank account, it's losing money. So right now, I think we're 70 cents on the dollar. So if you have $1, you really only have 70 cents of buying power. So you have to find a high yield savings account, a checking account that pays interest so that your money is growing.
Hmm.
So if you have $100, put it into a high yield savings account. Now, high yield is 0.5 right now, 0.55. So we're not talking like 1.7 like it used to be, but
Hmm.
it's earning money. Like every month, I'm earning at least $25 on the money in the savings account that I have. And I'm searching for additional places to park the money where it's earning money. So money's calling unto money. Like, hey, come join the
Yes.
Friends and Michelle's account.
Absolutely. And you know what? And you are absolutely correct. But I find that, and it may not be the best place, but I find that even if you take $100 and like I have a system now, I'm learning how to use money from other streams. So I take one payment from a student and I put that up, and then once it accumulates, then I will do another type of an investment or put it
Like
somewhere.
rotate it. Yeah.
Yeah, but
Because
it
that's the
does
other
it.
thing, your money has to flow. So if money is not moving, and that's where the generosity comes in too. So if money's not moving in your life, if there's no flow to it, then it becomes
Hmm.
like a stagnant river that starts to stink, right? If you have something
True.
that is just sitting there, it's not going to produce for you. Even crops, right? You have to rotate crops and seeds. Everything has a law and a spirit behind it. And so with
True.
money, even if you have nothing, let's say you're needing money and you don't know how to have money. If you start giving to people, I don't care if you start giving with a smile, a word of encouragement, hey, look what great today. If you
That's a
start
seed.
giving, that
That's a
is your
seed.
seed in the ground of
Absolutely.
generosity, where it's like, oh, you know what, thank you for that, I needed that today. You know what, here's $10. I don't know why I'm supposed to give it to you, but here you go. Money will
Yep.
start to just come to you when you have a stance of generosity and a stance of being open to money coming to you.
Absolutely.
And I'm a
Absolutely.
living witness to that. That's why I can say that. Because when I lived in New York City, whoosah, but I always had money for the train to get back to church every Wednesday and Sunday. I'll tell you that.
Okay. Okay. Incredible. I wanted to talk about even with the mindset of wealth or the wealthy, there is that whole creative piece. There's something about, even as I've been on this journey where I'm really focusing on all of this, just creative ways of doing things come. Um,
Well, it
one of
even for if I can interrupt you for a minute, because I
Sure, yeah,
think,
yeah.
especially for our community, you have to know that you're worthy to receive it.
Mhm.
So sometimes we think, oh, wealth and abundance is for other people. It's not for me. And
That's
you
the
have to
mindset.
believe and know that
Yeah,
you too can access an abundant life. And that doesn't mean just financial. Abundant life is not just financial. Wealth
true,
is not just financial. If you
true.
talk to wealthy people, they're not talking about their money. They have systems set up and it's just working for them. They're talking about life freedom, time, what they're doing with their life with intention. And so you have to know that you too are worthy and you are deserving and you
Hmm.
also can access that. Then that opens to the door for a mindset of growth that you can then tap into the creativity that Bryant you're going to talk about,
Hmm.
that's within inside of you. So there's steps to
Absolutely.
it.
Absolutely. But I just wanted to talk about that creative piece because things will open up that you don't even think about. They will present themselves to you. And I have one system that is working for me. And of course, you want to have multiple streams. But as you said, money calls for money. Fidette is saying the many faces of wealth. Yes. Uh,
Yes.
just something else I wanted. When you begin this journey, you just start thinking different, or and
You
as
become a
you are,
different person. You
you
become a
do.
person
That's true.
you become a person that attracts the best version of who you really are. So I'm going to go here for a second, if you'll let me. When we're born, we are completely in tune with God and his original intent for us. And
True.
then what happens is we are socialized, we have experiences, and we take on what other people tell us about who we are. And if you listen to most adults talk, they're unlayering what everyone else told them about themselves, and they're rediscovering who they really are. And who
Hmm.
you are, especially if you're in Christ, is an abundant person that has access to everything that God has, and he is the owner of all things. And so the creativity that's inside of you, there are ideas that will come to you in a, at any point in life. I wasn't saying a dream, but it could be anywhere. And there are there are unique ways to make money that no one's thought of,
Come
because
on.
you haven't showed it yet, right? There are people that you're supposed to be connected to that you have to become the true version of yourself, which is that abundant person inside, to connect with them, because people see you, they know who you are,
True.
and they also know if you can handle the responsibility of what they have to offer to you. The higher up you go in the wealth chain, for lack of a better word, the
Hmm.
more generous you are, and the more favor can be bestowed upon those that you serve. And so becoming that person and accessing that creativity inside of you, there are business ideas, there are creative ways for ministry, there are creative ways to serve, there's creative ways to get money from different places.
Hmm.
Curl Mix is a company that was on Shark Tank, and they turned down the Shark Tank offers, and they had their own creative way to develop into this abundant company that hires from Chicago, and y'all know Chicago,
That's
it's not,
how.
the down and out, and they're thriving, and they're also funding their company in a creative way that's not
Hmm.
through venture capital. And these terms might be a little above, but my point is that they're being creative on how they are accessing their wealth and sharing that wealth with people who wouldn't always have access to that. And so that creates a positive wealth abundance loop that benefits everybody.
Yeah. And I just wanted to tap into that creative part because um, I had a conversation with a young lady, and I won't go into all of it, but she has me thinking a different way now, because where people are living from check to check, and we all have this expertise, we all have these giftings, these talents, these abilities that we don't always thrush out. And and it's we're an answer. We are an answer to someone, to somebody, to something. Excuse me. But I was intrigued about the amount of money she charges. I didn't get mad at her, but I was like, wow, that's amazing. Because now my mindset is okay, so let me just say, if this person only has 10 customers for 1 year, she will have $75,000. And that's
Full-time
someone's
salary.
that's an annual salary, and not including her other streams of income. So now it has changed my mindset of where's my genius that I can tap into, that will give me that life freedom that you spoke about, so
And
that
what
I
I
can.
go to is, I know people who are making $75,000 a month, $90,000 a month, $1 million per year. There are people, and not just one or two people, there are people who
Mhm.
are actually doing, and I'm not talking about these Instagram accounts where they are renting
Right,
cars and boats to fake a
right,
lifestyle.
not the
I'm
fake
talking
money.
about looking at the bank account and seeing a net profit of 75, 85, $90,000 a month. Can you imagine? And if they can do it, well, why can't you? If you're exposed to
Absolutely.
an idea, there's something in you that can connect with that and figure that out for yourself as well.
Absolutely. And that's what I wanted to bring out, because sometimes we don't, well, I never thought about that, and I was just like, well, okay, but, and it's not that you want to overcharge anybody, but it's your worth, it's your time, it's your skill, it's your talent. And she said it, she was very confident, she wasn't nasty about it. And it didn't intimidate me. It was just that I'm like, okay, I need to do this another way. Um, but the mere fact that she said, I was like, wow, people are living like this. I'm like,
Well, and
okay,
people
let
are
me.
paying it too. Keep that in mind. People are
Oh
paying
yeah.
that. So,
Absolutely.
you think about the economy, you're like, oh, nobody's going to pay that. No, there are people who have money and
People are
don't look like
thriving.
what you think they're going to look like, and they are paying for the
Absolutely.
value that you offer. The issue is you have to have value to offer.
I'm glad you said that because you brought me to, because you've got me doing some reviewing some things, and there was a conversation. Nobody. If you go to Neiman Marcus, you don't necessarily go in there looking for sales. Like, you already know that you're going to pay a certain amount of money. You're going for the quality, and that was just good for me to hear the conversation because a lot of it is what it is, and it is who it is. People will pay for what they want to pay for, but you should never diminish your value, either your time. So that was just, I was like, yeah, you're right. Neiman Marcus, if you go there, you already know, okay, I have this amount of money that I want to spend, because they're
And
not
you're
going to have
prepared when you go in there. When my
they're not
husband
going to
bought
have
me when my husband bought me my Fendi bag, my authenticated Fendi bag, we knew going in we was dropping some money because that's
absolutely
what Fendi costs. It wasn't like a
correct.
negotiation, you know.
Right.
And if
No,
you're
not at all.
if you don't want to drop the money, then you don't go into the store.
That's all. That's all. That's all. I Rick asked if we accept gifts for the show, so I'm going to put my C Sharp um, Cash App up here,
Yeah, show
and
your love. There it takes money to put on productions. It takes money to invest in the show like this. So please show your love for this platform because it is already has brought so much value to you, the audience, I know. So show your love. This is the month of love, people call it. Show your love in action and drop what you can.
I forgot. And I'll put it. I do have Zelle. I forgot all about it, so I'm not going to go look for it now. But I will have that up next time, or I'll put it in my while we wait page, if, for anyone that would want to donate, or sow a seed. And we thank you in advance for whatever you do for us. We are still building, and yeah,
And when
drop
you
it down. We
sow, you
appreciate you.
do reap. So listen, when you drop a seed somewhere that is a positive, fruitful, and good soiled place, you're going to reap a reward. It may not come back as the same. It may not come back when you think it's coming. I got I got a $3,000 check from a condo. I think it was 7 years later, had forgotten about this thing and received the check exactly when I needed it. So just know
Wow.
that when you sow seeds, you're sowing out of the love and the intention of sowing with integrity. And you're not looking for the return, yet knowing that you're still going to get a return. And that's the abundant mindset.
The abundant mindset. I love it. I love it. Well, I mean, there's so many other places that we can go, but I really wanted to come back and recap. Hold on. Richard said, I normally take a nap when I come home from work, but I need to let you ladies know that your words are profound, they resonate, and you truly are appreciated for the goodness and the inside that you're bringing to so many people, including myself. Thank you so much for that,
Oh, thank
Richard.
you for that encouragement. Thank you. And thank you for
Absolutely.
showing up for
I
yourself and for
love
us.
it.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for that. Absolutely. Um, Yeah, I'm going to. I think that's good. I don't want to do overload,
Time
or
goes so
just.
fast on this
It
platform.
does.
The value add in this show, and you look down, you're like, oh my gosh, we're already at time. So this is why we have those workshops, those master classes to really dive deep. But please come back. Is Francisca coming back next week?
She's coming next week.
Yeah, she's amazing, y'all. Y'all need to come back and listen to Miss Francisca Panique. She is so
Absolutely.
awesome.
Yeah, we're going to be talking about investing in you. Why you need to make you a priority. You can't benefit anyone else if you don't really take care, love you, and all of that wonderful stuff first, and then
Yeah,
it goes outward. So we'll be
exactly.
chatting about that. And remember, if there's anything that you would like us to talk about, or find a guest to come on, we certainly would love to have your input. Happy Valentine's Day, everyone, says Rick. Thank you so much. And it is Monday the 14th.
Oh wow, yeah.
Um, it is. I really miss our community. We're very sociable. And I really do miss my community being together, because we have a lot of fun. Like, we have, it was called what was it, Little Tapas? Fidetta, you still there? The Night of Tapas. There you go. And, so there was food, it was fun, there was dancing, there was the band, it was singing, and it was just fun for everyone. So I really do miss um, our community with that. And I didn't prepare. Whitney had given me an idea to do for Monday, but I'm not prepared to make it happen. So I'm not going to have to do anything. So anyway, I hope everyone has a wonderful Valentine's, and I'm going to share love every day.
Yeah, I was gonna say every day is a love day.
And yeah, and people need it right now. People are really hurting, and there's a lot going on. So, a
So
kind
many
word.
opportunities to give. So many
Yeah,
opportunities to give.
it's so true. It is so true. And I make it a point. And I think it's just a part of me now. Even going through a drive through, doesn't matter who it is. I'm, a please, a thank you, have a good day. I mean, even more so than before. It's just I'm just very mindful that I do it in the grocery store when I get to the register. And it doesn't matter. They might be in a bad mood. It doesn't even matter. I just, how are you? And sometimes it just helps people lower their shoulders.
And it
So
matters. It
that's
makes
it.
a difference. It really
It
does.
does. It absolutely does. Thank you, Carla. She said life enhancing session.
Love it. Love it. So glad you
So
showed up.
absolutely, we're so grateful. So to my Facebook viewers, to YouTube, and to my podcast listeners, we certainly appreciate you, Michelle and I. Guys, um, stay tuned and keep your ear out for part 2 of the workshop. I don't even know if it's going to be called the same thing or not, but I
Probably
whatever
not,
she's
because we're
doing.
gonna dive deep into the next brick. So
Wonderful.
yeah.
Well, listen, for the second brick of the workshop,
We're
listen.
building our financial abundant house.
Oh my goodness, absolutely. Yeah, it's so good. It's so good, and I am on fire about it. I'm so happy. And I said it earlier. I am results driven, but I'm seeing the results. It is working, and she knows what she's talking about, because I'm a type of person, if I'm learning something, I'm always going to look somewhere else to reinforce it. And other people are speaking the same language. So
And you should do that, because that empowers
absolutely.
you and equips you to really know it and reinforce the knowledge. And you should always check somebody, because you need to be empowered for yourself. And so, there's a lot of people out there who don't know what they're talking about and do it the wrong way, but
True.
check it out. And I'm the first to say, I am not a financial planner. This is not what I went to school for, but I tell you what, I've walked the journey myself. So I know
Yes, you
for a
have.
fact what principles and what laws need to be implemented to get the results for an abundant and wealthy life, which is so much more than money.
Absolutely. So guys, we're going to cut it off right there. Thank you again for coming, and we extend to you blessings and abundance and peace, and we hope that you're living your best life. Come back next Thursday at 4:30 p.m. and we will be right here doing what we do again. Thank you so much. We're so grateful that you show up every Thursday. Please share the information. Let somebody else know that there's some good things going on. We listen to the news and we hear so many reports that are not favorable. Tell people that here's something you can listen to that you can actually chew on, and it's doable. It's not the hype, but if you're really looking to evolve and enhance your life, be strong, be wise, keep enhancing your life, because life is worth living, and we're living up over here.
Yes, we are.
Have a great rest of your day. Thank you, Michelle.
Love y'all. See y'all next week.
Next time.
I stay wise. I live I stay strong. I stay wise. I live here.